Guys, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, we're in the middle of a giant push. We signed a contract with a contractor to get the floors done in the entire house. They're on their way and they're gonna be here. The only thing we have left to do is to get the house ready. There's nowhere near. But the good news is we're on the back side of this project now. We're gonna pick up where we left off last week in the bathroom. We're totally remodeling. If you've missed the videos up to this point, there's a playlist down in the description. Make sure you check them out. They're pretty cool. All right, let's get into this, guys. Ready? Oh, I was just smelling the fresh spring air. It smells really nice out there, man. After you've been cooped up all winter and you finally get that, oh, it's just so good, so good. But I can't be doing this all day. We got drywall to hang. It is a couple days later here after we did the window, got that drywall installed, was working on this, the controls and everything back here. We have so much stuff in here. I've got to empty this out just a little bit because we're going to start doing the drywall. I pulled my outlets out. I'm going to put GFIs in there. And I think we're going to do the same thing we did in the breezeway and start by doing big sheets first. So I'm probably just going to go right across here, cut my outlets out, and then we'll just start piecing all the little stuff in. And we should have all this drywall hung today, no question about it, maybe even taped. But let's see how far we can get. No matter how I cut it, this is going to be in my first piece of drywall, whether I come from that side or this side. This is fine, I can cut it out, my trap the pipe just goes straight into there. But these, I've got to get them adapted facing outward from the wall. Otherwise, I won't be able to access them, or I'll have to leave a huge access panel. So I got to run out to Home Depot, get a couple of elbows, put them on, fish them out straight this way. I needed to get some elbows for over here anyway, so I'm going to do that. Be right back. All right, we're back. What we're gonna do real quick, for the sake of time and simplicity, I just bought some shark bite elbows. What I am going to do is, in just a moment, I gotta shut the water off to the whole house. But before I do that, I wanna just plumb up everything I need real quick. So basically, I'm gonna take a pipe, or a PEX, pop it in the side of that, just like that, cap this side. I'll do all the rest of my plumbing once the drywall's all up and everything, because we don't have our vanity yet. I'm not quite sure where everything's going to be setting, but I just need to get these controls out of the wall, and just so I have access to them once we get to that point. So I really like these ratcheting PEX crimpers. One hand can do it, and then it has this nice little LED light that lights up once you know you're tight enough. There we go. Those are done, those are capped. Let's move over to the toilet. I'm dealing with the toilet supply line here. And when I first took it off, I mentioned in a past video that the whole line actually slid down into a point between the crawl space and the bathroom where I couldn't reach it from either side. And it probably took me 25 or 30 minutes and a little bit of frustration to get it back to where I could have access to it. So I put that pipe strap on to hold it still, and you can kind of see me in this. I've got like a death grip on it, hoping and making sure that I do not let it fall back down. I just want to get this pipe cut, put my elbow on there, and refasten it to the wall so I don't have to worry about it anymore. That went great. Now onto the drywall. I'm gonna have to clean all this out of here. We're gonna start with the piece jammed all the way up against this wall. We'll probably do this one right after. These are like the two biggest pieces I need. I want to do the same thing I did in the breezeway because it just creates almost no scrap whatsoever. And that's what I'm kind of after here, so. I went ahead and cleared everything out of here. I have my drywall cut to come in. And then I started thinking about it. I forgot I've got to run electric up here somewhere to like a switch location somewhere down here for a vanity light we're going to install. For right now, it's not a huge deal. I was initially just going to leave these boxes in there, but because they're so hard and rigid and old, I can't like pop a tab out of them, can't get another wire in there, and because it's metal, if I try to fish a wire past, it's likely to rip the sheathing and potentially cause a short. So I cut this open a little bit more. We're gonna rip this box out. I'm gonna unfeed the wires through, reconnect them all, and then just leave them hanging there for a minute. Once I bring my drywall in, I'll fish my wire up, and once I bring my drywall in, I'll feed these through the hole, hook them into a new junction box, just so they're sitting there and ready to go. And I'll probably put a double one here, so it's outlet and switch. And that should make it look pretty clean. This is one of the things I was talking about that's a pro for having this subwall up, is it holds everything back. You're not dealing with, you know, years and years of dust and whatever else is back there. But the cool thing is you can kind of hack up whatever you want, because we're about to put drywall right over top of this. And in another 20 minutes, it's not going to matter what I did as far as holes go. So like even like this access panel down here, it's very inconsequential. So it's kind of just a cool thing. You think about it like that. To me, I would take this on every single project I do, unless I'm the one building it. But anyway, let's get on with this. Man, did they build things different back in the day. Look at all this extra material just hanging off the side over here. They would never do that today, man. Holy crap. All right, let me take this faceplate off here. Just make sure the power, I checked the power earlier. Let me just make sure it's off. Put a GFI in there, and I threw in a GFI here, rewired this, pulled the box out, made it a little bit bigger, and then ran my wire up. I ended up just cutting an access panel in there. I'm not entirely sure where the vanity is going to end up versus the mirror versus the light. So I just put an access panel in there with wire right behind it, measurement, and took pictures just so I know exactly where it's at. And anywhere in this up and down, I'll be able to grab it. It's probably not ideal, but I don't know what else to do with it because I can't just leave an access panel. So worst comes to worst, I cut out this little area of drywall. I have to repatch it after I'm done. But all right, let's pull this drywall sheet in that I cut and see if it fits. All right, I tried to get you the best angle I could here. Not sure how much you'll be able to see. This is gonna be where we're looking the most, down in these hole areas. See what we get here. Honestly, that's not bad. There's something, I don't know if the wall itself is crooked, but something's a little bowy right there. Nothing's hooked, I checked. So I had to put a couple extra screws down in this corner, but it's nice and solid now. I'm gonna cut this out and put the bigger box in there, wire this all up, and then I'll be able to turn the breakers back on. And we'll have outlets in here, which is, anybody out there that does DIY or any kind of construction, you know, once you have power on, oh, it's so much better. Came out pretty good. Obviously this is working. You can see the little light on right there. This is just a dummy switch for right now. It's gonna be the switch that's hooked up, but right now It's just sitting in the hole mostly so people don't reach their fingers in there. I'll be able to put my faceplate on there no problem until we get our vanity put in. This one also is good. There's actually ground wires run to these, which I really like, so I hooked them up, and they're testing good with the ground, so that's awesome. Let's move on to the next piece. Gonna be right in here, and it'll be a lot easier. I gotta clean all this out, but there's no cutouts here. They were all in this side, so. Oh, and the thing that was popping out was my wiring. It got stuck up behind here, so I had to pull it all out, and then the whole thing dropped flat. I'm gonna put a couple more screws in around here, but it seems pretty solid, so I'm pretty happy with the way this is turning out so far. Okay, it's the next day here. I don't know how well I got this, but I got all the drywall done in here, kind of coming all the way around. I still have to do up above here, and then in this little nook over here. And that's really it. It's like 4 pieces of drywall. Shouldn't take me that long. What will take me a little bit of time is I'm gonna probably have to reposition this stud so my shower neck can come out right there, basically. So what I need to do, cut that piece of wood off, move it over this stud up here, and then probably put a backer or something in there that I can mount my drop ear onto, and then run my plumbing up. And then I've got to test it all, make sure it's all working, hook the rest of this stuff all up, because I want to put my next piece of drywall up here. And the way that this stud over here sticks out, if I were to put this one on first, my wall would protrude about a 1/2 inch. I have nothing left to screw into. So if I put this one on first, I'll have something to screw into here, and then I can slide that last piece of drywall in there. And it's not gonna make any difference in like the grand scheme of things or anything, but it'll make it a lot easier as far as installation goes. So that's my plan for right now. I'm gonna start with doing this, put my shower neck on there, or my drop ear, put the little pressure thing inside of it, hook everything up, make sure that it's not leaking. And then I'm probably just gonna hang my drywall from here up, leave this as like an access panel. I'll have to build something for that. I'm not sure exactly what I'm gonna do there yet, but we'll get there when we get there. So that's where we're gonna start. Okay, so I might not actually have to move it. That'll be really nice. I obviously want it to be in line with our other things here, and that is like 15 7/8 on center, 15 3/4-ish. Yeah, from here though. So 15 3/4, we don't actually have to move anything. That's really nice. A little bit of an update here. We got some more drywall up. I just been on a roll. This hole got kind of boogered up here from my bit, but we put this thing on here. We'll obviously seal around it. You can't even tell, so I think it'll be fine just like that. Check this out. We're working on it, man. We're getting there. Woo, almost just fell. This is all done in here. I got to cut out my access panel down in there. But my plan to put this piece up, it worked, but man, did it make putting this piece in there a bear. You probably can't really tell, but I ended up cutting this in half because I couldn't get that piece to come out, the toilet supply line, to come out where I needed it to. Oh, it was such a bear, honestly. So with that, the only piece of drywall I really have left, I got to secure this one, got to do this outer rim here, and then this inside piece to go over top of this flange here coming down. And then it's time to start. Oh, and sorry, there's one more piece up there. Got to do that. And then it's time to start taping and we can start doing some mudding. It's going to come together real quick now. This is good because we got to get this done, man. It's our time is running out. They're coming in like 2 weeks. And I don't have just this left. I've got this plus a bunch of stuff out there. So let's keep on moving. We got some stuff to get done here. I'll probably just throw the rest of this drywall up and be back with you guys pretty instantly. Okay, let's check it out here. This came out pretty nice here. I was a little worried about how that's going to mesh up against the outside of the shower surround. It did pretty good. That we're going to have to put some trim on, but I think we're going to have trim around the whole thing anyway, so, or caulk or something, whatever. But yeah, man, it came out pretty nice. I'm pretty happy with this, to be honest. I gotta run out and grab some corners, but it's about to be dinner time, so I'll probably do that. Gotta wash up, go shower, and then eat some dinner, and then I'll probably run out to Home Depot. And I'll probably come in and at least do the corners and tape all the seams tonight. That way I can hit it fresh tomorrow, or maybe I'll do a quick coat of mud tonight. I'm not sure. I'm pretty tired, but we'll see. But good progress. Good progress. Our houseplant is growing a new bud. That's pretty cool. Morning, everybody. I did not end up getting back in there last night, but I'm ready to go now. This is a pretty exciting time. All the drywall is all done, all set. Came out very nice. What I gotta do now is get rid of all this stuff, clean the whole place out. This is what I call a hallway bathroom. I don't know if it's like a standard term or not, but it's what it reminds me of. Like your standard ranch house just has a hallway bathroom. You walk in a hallway, you have a tub and toilet and a vanity, or vice versa, some combination of these things. But it gets really tight really fast. This cart, mostly because I own a ranch house, it's all one level. It's amazing. I can put all my tools on there for any project I'm working on inside of the house. It's great. I can just wheel it around. But now that we're at the point where I've got to start taping and mudding and putting the corners on and all that stuff, I need this whole room to be empty. So I'm going to clean it all out. I did go out to Home Depot last night and I bought my corners that are going to go on here. There's another one behind the door over there. But I'm just going to start by pulling everything out real quick and I'll be right back with you guys. Just like that, we got the room all cleared out. I got to get to taping. I got to get to mudding. I'm probably not going to record a lot of this. If I do, it'll just be a time lapse. But we're on the clock right now, and time is just ticking away so fast. So I've got to get this done. I'll be back with you guys shortly, and it's probably going to look a little bit different. Ready? Whoop! Real quick, taking a little time out here. I got my corners up. I got everything kind of all taped. At least the top half. I just got to come down now. I just hit a milestone. Look at that. Finished my first roll of drywall tape since I've been here. Pretty sure, well, I have a couple half-used rolls, but nothing like using or finishing your first roll. Anyway, now I'll be right back when it's all done. Ready? It's a cool trick. I wish it worked like that in real life though, where I could just cover up my lens and pull back and all this work was done, but came out pretty well. Definitely gonna have some sanding to do in here, and I'm gonna have to set up some fans so it can dry like as quick as possible. You look like in this alcove here, there's gonna be no air flowing in there. That'll take months to dry if I don't put fan on it. So I'm gonna go grab the 2 box fans I have, set them up. We'll see you guys tomorrow. We'll do a little check-in in the morning. Guys, that's gonna be the end of this video. I just wanna say thank you so much for checking it out. If you made it this far, from the bottom of my heart, thank you so much. It means the world. It takes a long time to put these videos together, not just the videos, but the projects themselves. I'm sorry this one ended kind of abruptly. Next week, we should have the remainder of the bathroom along with a few other things. We're getting to the point where stuff doesn't always line up perfectly. We're both very busy. We both work. And I've got a lot of stuff going on right now, a lot of balls in the air, juggling, if you will. And it's just kind of hard to make everything line up perfectly as if it were like you're producing a movie. We're not. So I'm getting to things when I can. The bathroom is currently sitting more progressed than this, but I don't have a good resolution, and I'm just going to end it right here for now until we get to that point. So I'll see you guys next Saturday, 10 a.m. Eastern. Thank you guys so much for checking it out. Much love. God bless. We'll see you guys next week.